And we back for another episode of NBA 2K11. And for the last episode, we saw the Orlando Magic defeat the New York Knicks by, I believe, 12, 103 to 91. Vince Carter for the Orlando Magic, 25 points. Dwight Howard got 18. Jason Williams, 11. JJ Redick and Britton Richardson, 10. And Lewis in the rest of the Orlando Magic. And for the New York Knicks, Danilo Gallinari, 20. Amari Stoudemire and Wilson Chandler, 15. Raymond Felton, double-double. And Azubuike, 7. And the rest of the New York Knicks. So that was easy victory for the New York Knicks. They will take it the business. Easy victory for the Orlando Magic as we take it the business over the New York Knicks. So right now, so we need to check in right and check look at the teams and like the Chicago News. I like this one here. Alright, so looks like it's gonna be clear set to go, and we are moments away here. It's gonna be a marquee matchup between the two division rivals of the Southwest. It's gonna be the Texas Showdown, and as well the Battle of the Forwards. It is gonna be Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs take on Dirk Nowitzki of the Dallas Mavericks. On the other side of the San Antonio Spurs, we got Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili take on the other of the Mavericks, Jason Kidd and Sean Marion. It's gonna be interesting here in Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center. It is gonna be a marquee matchup. And for this game, the Spurs are gonna use the black and the Mavericks are gonna use the white. So we are moments away to start the tip off here in Big D, Dallas, Texas, at the American Airlines Center to go on with Kevin Harlan here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. This is gonna be two division rivals from the Southwest. Spurs, Mavericks. Tip up, it's moments away. Starts now. Enjoy!
Thursday night at the NBA. He plays the game the way it should be played. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go up against the Dallas Mavericks and their combo card, 2009 Sixth Man of the Year, Jason Terry. San Antonio. Dallas. Up next.
The San Antonio Spurs come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Happy holidays, sports fans. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Helen. It's on toward the end here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. Lots of like about the recent break, Clark, winning games with just one loss in their last 7.
This team is really doing exactly what they expected they would do. I mean, they're a championship caliber team, and they're approaching every game and every situation like champions do. Focused, intense, and together.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Manu and Jefferson on the wings. McDyess is out there with Duncan and Parker. And for Dallas, Marion and Dirk make up the forwards. Kidd and Terry on to manning the backcourt, and Haywood. Here's Parker, right now averaging 15 points a game. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Needed some fresh legs coming into this season, and they managed to bring in an old name. Their 2007 draft pick, Thiago Splitter. Splitter had continued playing in Europe and was one of the most touted big men outside of the NBA. An athletic defender with an offensive game that's flown by leaps and bounds. The Spurs were finally able to make the numbers work, and Splitter should be able to give them a big infusion inside. We'll see, gentlemen.
Interesting. Thank you, Doris. For Dirk Nowitzki, it's been NBA career, Clark, filled with superlatives.
How about some of them? A 9-time All-Star and a 10-time All-NBA selection. He won the three-point shootout in 2006, and a year later, the MVP.
Hall of Famer to you?
Yes, sir.
Here's Kidd, following the score by Tony Parker. Kidd with the bucket. Kidd's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, I love to see that. A good result from a well-executed offensive set.
The Spurs didn't have a great year on the road by their standards last season.
Well, Kevin, you know, they were still over 500, and that makes you a good road team. I mean, what do we say? 6, 7, 8 teams usually in the league are above 500. Just a very disciplined group that lends itself to being successful on the road. Tough-minded, focused, and all about taking care of business.
And with the Spurs on the road, part of that is because he slams it home. Here's the replay on this right slam game.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Here's Kidd. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto. And Nowitzki backs in. Takes the shot. Knocks it down from 19 feet. Nowitzki's got his second basket of the night. On offense, here are the Spurs. This is their second game playing the Mavericks this season.
This team got them into some real foul trouble last time they met up. That's going to be something to look out for in this one.
Starters, Clark, picking up a few quick fouls. It just throws off your whole game.
Yeah, you don't really game plan for a couple of your main guys to be on the bench so soon. Those guys have to defend without fouling because it puts too much pressure on the reserves if they can't play their normal minutes.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. When he addressed their defensive game plan, he said they're going to have to match their opponent's athleticism. He said these guys can really elevate, and we simply can't allow them to beat us to the rim on a consistent basis. Gentlemen?
And thank you, Doris.
Great D leads to easy offense.
Averaging 10 points per contest. Rick Carlisle played in the NBA for 6 seasons. He had a journeyman career.
And he transitioned right into coaching, Kevin. I think he knew that's what he wanted to do. He worked as an assistant for a few seasons. And he's been a head coach for the Pistons, Pacers, and now the Mavericks.
Spurs trail by 4. Parker outside. He's covered by Kidd, and that one's good. Parker.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
The steal.
He should leave those long bomb passes alone.
It's Ginobili outside. A rebound by Kidd. Picked up by Ginobili. And Nowitzki backs in. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Nowitzki's got his third bucket of the night. Parker outside.
Who's watching here?
Tipped.
Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one.
And the basket by Kidd. Kidd's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Kidd's still a very good point guard in his late 30s, but he struggled against the Spurs, Clark, in last season's playoffs.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, just 30% shooting in that series from the floor. Anybody can have a bad stretch of games, though, and the Spurs really seem to know how to defend him and make it tough for him.
Tim Duncan grabs the miss. No good on that one. Richard Jefferson's play last season, Clark, a bit of a disappointment for the Spurs team that went into the luxury tax to acquire him.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Kevin. I mean, his scoring rate dipped quite a bit, as did his three-point percentage, and his defense slipped a little bit, too. I don't know if he was in ideal shape. He seemed to be a little heavy to me, and then the expectations may have been an awful lot to try to live up to as well. Maybe he pushed a little bit in an effort to be worthy of all of the maneuvering the Spurs did to get him, and that can hurt you when you're out there performing between the lines. You got to walk that fine line between wanting to prove people wrong and also relaxing and being able to play your game.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Now let's go to the two-third leaderboard. These teams have been draining everything they've put up this month. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're totally active, third in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, it's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
Here's Kidd. 53 seconds left in the first. Nowitzki. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Nowitzki's got 9. Spurs trail by 8. And here is Kidd. The alley-oop. Hill with it. He's picked up by Kidd.
And already, that's 4 turnovers. Trailing here in the first, they need to be more aware of what the defense is trying to do and then attack it that way.
The Mavericks with the turnover. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at the Mavericks. Holding out a second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And of course the Spurs. They're down 4 spots from them. Here's Hill. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Caron Butler covering. Outside Hill. Got a hand on it. Kidd picks the buck. Takes it up. Good in the assist to Kidd. Butler's got his first bucket of the night. Now Hill. It's blocked. Two different looking teams in this one. The Mavericks on top, up 10.
Yeah, their interior D has been terrific. They're throwing shots out of there left and right.
The NBA, here on 2K Sports.
Tipping off the new year with the NBA, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs this Saturday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
Now the second quarter about to start. And Dallas has possession. It's a 10-point game. And Clark, it was a very high mark. 43 wins against the West last year for this Mavs team. Mighty impressive.
Extremely impressive, Kevin. To compete in the West, you've got to have a power forward that's a threat. For the past decade now, they've had one of the best in the business in Dirk Nowitzki. As long as he's a Mav, I think they'll always be in good shape in the West.
So with Duncan sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Parker and Hill man the backcourt. Blair is out there with McDonough and Green. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, as you know, the Dallas Mavericks are one of the older teams in the entire NBA. Jason Kidd said, we understand what it takes to win. When you have a veteran ball club, you might be older, people think you might be slower, but you have to use your wisdom and knowledge to win ball games, and that's where we feel we have a huge advantage. And with Kidd bringing it up, guys, the basketball IQ is never a question. Ken?
Not at all. Thanks, Doris. Here's Jim. After the made shot from DeJuan Blair. And Marion gets it to go. Marion's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Barker. He has 6. It's Hill on the wing. Shots up a 3. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker.
The fast break left the defense scrambling to react, and they couldn't get to him in time.
Now Berea. Coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Outside Terry. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, it looks like we're going to be going back and forth with these threes all game long. I'm down.
Outside Hill. And he can't manage to get up a decent shot on the foul. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jason Terry. A chance here now to look at George Hill. He's out of IUPUI, taking number 26 overall in the 2008 draft.
Boy, and has he really developed in his first 2 years in the league, Kevin? I mean, he's a combo guard, long arms, and plenty of quickness. And he's really improved as a corner pocket three-point shooter.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The Spurs also changing up. Tim Duncan is checked in for Blair. Finley comes in for Daniel Green. And Ginobili in for Tony Parker. Here's Hill. Sean Marion making his last shot. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 9 points. The postseason is where players make their reputations, and George Hill came up huge for the Spurs in the first round of last season's play.
You know, Kevin, so big, in fact, that Coach Popovich at one point told him, go get your name in the paper. Put the ball in the basket.
Here's Hill. He's got 9. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Their pitfall, their downfall was foul trouble. That pretty much limited their options. Made the game disjointed, and it put them at a major disadvantage as the game went on.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Kidd comes in for J.J. Barea. Here's Hill. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
He's really shouldering the load for his team right now. That's what leadership is about. He's looking to help his team cut into this deficit.
And you start Clark, a fresh start, but when you look at what happened to the Mavs last season, losing to the Spurs, they lost in the first round of the playoffs to San Antonio. They won only 2 games.
And for Mavs fans, there couldn't have been a worse team to lose to, especially in the first round than the Spurs. I mean, these teams don't care for each other, and the fans are even worse. There's a real hatred between the San Antonio fans and the Dallas Mavericks fans as far as I can see.
And here is Nowitzki. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Raptors. Just 5 on the clock. 3-pointer, Kidd, and 3 for Dallas.
And after that last 3 they gave up, you knew he was looking to get it right back.
Ginobili outside. It's the teardrop. Good. Ginobili's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Here's Nowitzki. Great finish in traffic. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
Beautiful finish. You just don't see a lot of big men who have that kind of soft power.
Kidd gets whistled for bounce. That's his first foul.
That's a smart play to take it right at him aggressively and pick up the blocking call.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Butler comes in for Sean Marion. And Jerry Stackhouse is subbed in for Jason Terry. The Spurs also changing it up. Honors checked in, and it's Jefferson in for Michael Finley. And so here is San Antonio, trailing by 10. Duncan over Butler. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Parker. Duncan's got his first points of the night. Nowitzki kicks to Butler. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws. That one on Jefferson.
That's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup. Make him earn his points from the line.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good. Here is Parker. His last outing with 20 points. He's picked up by Kidd. And here's Bonner from the arc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 5 points in the game. Mavericks leading by 6. Nowitzki. He dishes it. Butler blocked, but they get it back. Tries again. Stackhouse.
Way to distribute the basketball.
Here's Ginobili. He's got 5. If they go with the quick shot here, that would leave him with the final possession.
Go to the block.
Contact and a whistle, and they'll go to the line. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
It's much more aggressive than in the first quarter. They're getting to the line a lot more, which to me is always an indication of being the aggressor.
That free throw, no good. The Spurs making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And he sinks the second. Here's Kidd. 7 points in the game. Pass to Nowitzki. And here's Hayward. And it's good. Assisting on the play is Nowitzki. Hayward's got his first basket of the night.
They'll be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
Here's Parker. Drops in the floater. Parker's got 8 points.
Those floaters are difficult to hit, but he made it look easy right there.
Here's Kidd, and good as he lays that one up. Here is Parker. Shot is off.
It's plain and simple. He's going to need to do more here in the second. Well, I tell you what, the defense has really picked it up in this second half.
And the first half is now in the books.
Nowitzki has been playing really well. He's got 13 points, and he's rejected more than his share of shots today. Boy, he was locked in that whole half.
And we'll be back momentarily live from Dallas.
It's Thursday night basketball. Glad to have you with us for the HP Halftime Report. For the Dallas Mavericks, they have the lead against San Antonio. Right now, they're in second place in the conference standings. Well, Dirk Nowitzki's making it look easy against San Antonio. He's got 13 points, and everything is falling for him, really efficient from the field. And on the other side, San Antonio just keeps scrapping. They're getting a ton of points from their bench players, a big injection of energy. We've seen George Hill in top form. He has 11 points and has found his teammates with a few assists as well. Solid work out of both of these two in the first half, and they'll look to get more in the second. And that's going to do it. Time now to send you back to Big D. Third quarter coming up.
And the third quarter underway in just a moment. Here's Kidd. He's got 9. Only 9 wins in the division for the Spurs a year ago.
Well, that's really not too much of a difference if you look at their year-to-year totals, Kevin. And it's not too bad either if you look at who's in that division.
Dirk and Marion flank Haywood in the middle. Kidd and Terry on. They're manning the backcourt. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Here's Terry, following the score by Tony Parker. And with the Spurs in the Southwest, I can't imagine it's fun for Coach Papa. To see Houston and Dallas 4 times each every season.
Well, you know what? Greg Popovich is a competitor, but I think you're right. He probably would rather not see those teams combined 8 times during the season. But the Spurs are used to it, though, and they can handle the wear and tear of those difficult, challenging, competitive division games. Well, he's lighting it up, and that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
He's covered by Kidd. Kidd against Parker. And the Spurs scoring again.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. And it's Dallas with another. Dirk Nowitzki in his 13th season in the NBA, the former MVP. And last season, Clark, 25 points per game. Good for number 7 in the NBA.
You know what? I'm not sure it's even a debate anymore, Kevin. Nowitzki is clearly the best shooting 7-footer the league has ever seen.
I agree with you. A moment for our Gatorade injury report. Got a chance now to check in on Manu Ginobili's status. Doris?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the San Antonio Spurs, Will Seventy. He said it's very likely that he has separated his shoulder. If he were to miss a long period of time, it would be a tough.
Doris, thanks for the update. Clark, what do you make of this?
Well, what's done is done, Kevin. Someone else has to come in and step up.
And the Spurs making a change here. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And Clark Nowitzki has actually been dialing down his three-point attempts over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, Kevin, he's starting to play a little more, I think, with his back to the basket. That allows him to command double teams and facilitate others. And he's actually shown pretty good effectiveness as a passer.
Here is Parker. 12 points for him. It's blocked.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star player.
Here's Hill. Goes up. Buries the short-range shot. Hill's got 13.
That's just poor defense, Kevin. Somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
And the basketball kid.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team him. That's your only hope.
Here's Hill. And it's good in the assist by Parker. He's got 15.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
Here's Marion. And that's good on the way. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Speed kills after every rebounded bucket. They're pushing it ahead down the floor. They're killing them on the break.
Always a big asset for any sports team. This Mavs team is lucky. To have such a dynamic owner committed to winning, even though they have an aging roster. They've managed to be a premier team for the last decade. But do you think that their window is shrinking a little bit?
Well, you always have to be cognizant of that. There is a certain shelf life for players and a group of players on the particular team, and certainly the Mavs are moving in that direction. So we'll see how it plays out over the next year or two. But you have to consider that Kidd and Nowitzki not only have a lot of years on their resume, but they've also got a lot of miles on their bodies, too.
And making a change here, the Mavericks. Parker outside. Nails the easy jumper. Parker's got 14 points for the game. Mavericks leading by 8. Here's Stackhouse. Right now averaging 5 points a game. He's guarded by Hill. Stackhouse. He has 6. Here's Parker. 1:25 left in the third. Pass to Duncan. Over Murray. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker. And Dallas has possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. Tim Duncan in his 14th season out of Wake Forest, and what a terrific career he's had.
On his way to Springfield as a Hall of Famer when it's all done. 2-time MVP, 4-time NBA champion. The only player in NBA history to receive all NBA and all defensive honors in his first 13 seasons.
Here is Parker. Sean Marion making his last shot. Takes it out. Blocked. Now Stackhouse. He has 6.
He's a streaky shooter, but when he gets it going, he can put points on the board in a real hurry.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. It's a 13-point game. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And that one's good. Parker's got 16 points.
Right now, he's being extremely active on offense for him this quarter. He's perfect from the field.
Here is Parker. He's got 16. Pass to Hill. It's dumped off. Nowitzki with the steal. And so here is Dallas. It's a third.
So when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Here is Parker, averaging 16 points a game. Now Duncan. Duncan right side. Nails the bank shot. He's got 9.
He's really ramping it up now.
Correa with it. That will count. Nails the steal.
Oh, what a big shot. They're going to the fourth with a little momentum now.
seeing the double-digit game going on here. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
Well, he's doing a great job on D. He's been locking down the paint and has some big blocks.
Mavericks lead by 15.
Tipping off the new year with the NBA, Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks go up against Andrew Bogut and the Milwaukee Bucks live this Saturday night.
And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for a spark of the game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. It's the Mavericks with the spark of the game with that big push we saw. Their offense heated up in the third quarter, and that changed the complexion of this basketball game, guys.
And thank you, Doris. That run was a defining moment for sure.
Yep, that's exactly when it all came together.
Here is Parker. So with Duncan sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. They've got Tony Parker. Players out there with Jefferson and Anderson.
Man, he sure gets up there, doesn't he?
Oh, like few others, Clark. His hops are off the charts. Nice execution, too.
Looks like they switched to man-to-man team here.
And here comes Parker. He's covered by Kidd.
I love his tenacity and aggressiveness on offense. He's lightning quick and loves to take it to the rim.
And so here is Dallas. 13-point.
He's not necessarily a five-star athlete, but he's got the length to stuff it home when he gets it inside.
Here's Parker. He's covered by Kidd. Goes up. And again, it's Tony Parker. Parker's got 20.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Stuff, man. I mean, you need to save that one, boys.
You won't get tired of watching that replay anytime soon. San Antonio calls timeout. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Chandler. And it's Terry in for Jerry Stackhouse. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He was clearly fuming. He told them, "You guys look like you're sleepwalking out there." He said, "I don't know if you rolled out of the wrong side of the bed this morning or what, but we've got to step up and wake up." Guys?
Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
Here's Hill. And the Spurs scoring again. Here's Terry. Here's Thomas, and the bucket is going away. Thomas got his third basket of the night right there. On offense, here are the Spurs. Down by 15. Outside, Green. A three ball. Gets the bucket.
Kevin, that's just not good defense. You can't be giving players of his talent level looks like that. Come on now.
And there's Terry. Outside, Kidd. Here's Butler. Good, and the assist to Kidd. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
Uncovered. Again, the Spurs good for two. Here's Kidd. With the floater, and that's good. Sailing in for two.
What an acrobatic finish. I love the dunk, but you got to give it up for that kind of layup. Switch to a 3-2 zone. They're looking to keep the offense off balance here and disrupt them a bit.
Here's Hill. And the Spurs scoring again.
My man is in fuego. Definitely way too hot to handle.
Here's Haywood. Good in the assist to Kidd. Haywood's got his second bucket of the night. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 15. 1:59 after the fourth. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Marion comes in for Karan Butler. And the Spurs making a change here. Here's Jefferson. Parker kicks to Duncan. Back to Parker. Duncan outside. And laid in. Nice play.
You know, we saw him struggle with his shot in the first half. But here in the second, he's managed to turn it around. Let's toss it up there and let your teammate take care of it.
Is there a prettier play in the game of basketball than that?
I don't think so.
Here's Anderson. He's off. Good work defensively by Terry. Here's Nowitzki. And another basket for down.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
Now Parker. McDyess down low. Right by Marion. McDyess. Good.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender to try to make him give up the ball.
Here's Kidd. Rebound by Tony Parker.
That was a high degree of difficulty on that shot. Whenever the defense can make you change your shot at the last moment, it's never easy.
Anderson. Can't hit. How the Mavericks take it the other way. 59 seconds left in the game. And here's Kidd from the arc. Another three for Dallas.
They're leading by double digits. And I'd say this game is essentially done.
And here is Parker. Fires the three. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
Here's Nowitzki. And good with the shot. And the whistle blows for the down. And a chance for one more. Michael Finley, he's checked in for the Spurs. And he makes the free throw. Here's Parker. 39 seconds left to the fourth. Here's Duncan. Rips it down.
Nice bucket there, but they needed this much earlier. Too little, too late.
Stolen.
Kevin, not much they can do right now. Time is not on their side.
Here's Green. Kept alive. Here comes Kidd. Gets a good look. And that one's good. Kidd's got 20 points.
I think they've sealed this one. Not enough time left to mount a comeback.
Parker kicks to Jefferson. That's loose for three. And it's good on the assist by Parker.
Beautiful, beautiful pass. Well executed there.
Here's Nowitzki. Good in the assist to Kidd. 26 points for Nowitzki.
That's a little bit of a European style of play there. When your bigs can hit the mid-range jumper, it can really open things up for everybody else.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Jason Kidd.
we unfortunately the Spurs guard Manu Ginobili might be suddenly accidentally. However, they was injured due to a separate shoulder. Is down 2 to 4 weeks, and as you can see, another shoe collection was airs. They received attribute bonus stamina plus 2 points for another new shoe collection. As 105-88 win by the Mavericks. Joe Holiday now Hill and Nene, Roddy Stocky. Alright, so the final score, Dallas defeats San Antonio 105-88. Check out the view box score. No. Check out the view box score here. Dirk Nowitzki 26, Jason Kidd 20, Sean Marin 14, Stackhouse 11, and Terry 10 and the rest of the Dallas Mavericks. And meantime, for San Antonio Spurs, Tony Parker double-double, 23 and 13, George Hill 21, Tim Duncan 13, Matthijs 8, and then all of the rest of the San Antonio Spurs. So what a performance for Dallas Mavericks. Take care of business over the San Antonio Spurs without Manu Ginobili, and the lineup will be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Now the wrap up for the year 2010. Let's check out the update next schedule. Nets, Bulls, Hornets, Celtics, Warriors, Bobcats, Wizards, Pacers, Raptors, Rockets, Pistons, Suns, and Sixers, Lakers, and a bunch of daily games to wrap up for the 2010 of the year. So simulate all games. And Chicago Bulls are now win 10 in a row over the Cleveland Cavaliers. JJ Barrett, no, it's not one. JJ Barrett just still fine for a separate ankle sprain. I don't know. JJ Barrett is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the separate ankle sprain. Wow, unbelievable. Richard Jefferson's now healed. Let's check out the update stats here. We got Bulls, Celtics, Warriors. Oh my god, the Pacers crushing the Wizards in the most points dominating. They score 61 points in the game. Let's check out the view box score. Danny Granger 44 points, Darren Collison 33, Hansbrough 19, Rush 14, and all the rest of the Indiana Pacers. And for the Washington Wizards, Josh Howard 23, Gilbert Arenas 13, Andre Blodge 12, Yin Jillian, and John Wall 10, and the rest of the Washington Wizards. Wow! Huge dominate for the Pacers. They are 61 victory, 61 points, crushing it. The Washington Wizards. This was the worst team. They winning the biggest margin of the season over the Wizards. Check out the other side: the Rockets, the Hawks, the Suns, and the Lakers. And now move on to January 1 to start off the fresh of the New Year bang in 2011. Check out the update here. We got the Cavaliers, Bulls, Hornets, Wizards, Nets, Timberwolves, Kings, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Jazz. Bunch continues D-League with League. So we have the Warriors, Heat, Thunder, Spurs, and Mavericks, Bucks. Simulating another good round. Gordon Hayward is hurt for twisted ankle day to day. Checking in right now here as the Bulls now 11 wins. Wizards, Timberwolves, Kings, Jazz, Heat, Spurs, and the Mavericks. Okay. Just get rid of them. Now move on to start afresh of the New Year's bang, and now check the standings there to check out. There's things to check out now, and this is the playoff picture. What looks like as the start of the New Year's bang. Celtics, Magic, Heat, Bulls, Cavaliers, Hawks, Wizards, and the Bucks on the hunt. Charlotte and New York. And other side for the West, Dallas, Lakers, Rockets, Thunder, Jazz, Spurs, Warriors, and the Suns. And the hunt was Denver, Clippers, and the Hornets. So right now, I'm going to simulate right now. And now move on January 2. We got the Hawks, Clippers, Pacers, Knicks, Celtics, Raptors, Rockets, Blazers, Suns, Kings, Grizzlies, Lakers, and the Mavericks, Cavaliers. In real no see the real life on January 2, the NFL Week 17, matching the match between the Packers and the Bears. The Packers won into the playoffs as a 6th seed and eliminated the Giants. And then the NBC Sunday Night Football, that was the championship. This was the Week 17 NBC Sunday Night Football get their primetime featuring Sam Bradford of the St. Louis Rams take on Matt Hasselbeck but his injury instead of Whitehurst of Seattle Seahawks. So, NFC West Championship on the line was St. Louis Rams and Seattle Seahawks, and the Seahawks won the NFC West. They win 16-6, and it was the first time ever since the beginning of 1978 the Seattle Seahawks are in the playoffs as a losing record. Since it was a 1982 strike short season that was the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions are both 4-5. So that was the real life between the Rams and the Seahawks won the NFC West. So, January 2 another similar again here. We have Hawks are now 5 in a row. We win over the Clippers. Everyone's just fine here. Drew Holiday gonna take it. Blake Griffin, Jordan Crawford, and Chris Bosh is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the strained Achilles. And Rashard Lewis is finally cleared to go to get in the starting lineup once again. Check out the stats here. We got Hawks, Pacers, Stephen Dean with the Celtics somehow lose to the Raptors. Check out the view box score. 24 points for Andre Morgan with double-double. Calderon double-double, Barbosa as well. 16 Jack and the rest of the Raptors. And for Boston Celtics, Rajon Rondo 24, Ray Allen 20, double-double Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett 12, and O'Neal 11. And the rest of the Boston Celtics. How did the Celtics lose to the Raptors? They are the worst team and it never seen. We got the Blazers, Suns, Lakers, and the Cavs take down the Mavericks. Okay, so both teams lose. The top 2 teams lose in the best team against the surging. So check out the stats: the Cavaliers, Jamison, Sessions, Hughes, Williams, and the rest of all those points. And for the Mavericks, 32 points for Nowitzki, Butler 13, Marion 12, and Terry 11. Wow, that was not fair. Move on to January 3. We got the Heat, Bobcats, Warriors, Magic, Sixers, Hornets, Rockets, Nuggets, Pistons, Jazz, and Timberwolves, Celtics. We have 2 D-League games continue, so we're gonna simulate again. And Aaron Flowers just now re-healing for severe injury along with Posey. Check out another stats here. We got Heat, Magic, Sixers, Nuggets, Pistons, and the Celtics getting bounced back. Move on to January 4. We got Raptors, Bulls, Thunder, Grizzlies, Hawks, Kings, Bucks, Heat, Spurs, Knicks, Blazers, Mavericks, Pistons, Lakers, and the first season, first time this season we have only D-League at the end of the night. So it's what's that? Armor and Thunderbirds. Alright. Simulating again and again. Let's see what's going here. Kurt Thomas is hurt for 1 or 2 due to sprained toe. Tony Allen just bruised hip. Jason Kidd just twisted ankle day to day. And Steve Blake is out for 6 and 8 weeks due to the torn hamstring. Andrew Bynum even injured 1 or 2 weeks due to the back spasms. Rip Hamilton is healed. Unfortunately, Magic Jameer Nelson still not to be able to play yet because of injury. Check out the stats here. We got the Bulls, Thunder, Hawks, Heat, Spurs, Mavericks, and the Lakers. And now move on to January 5. Skipping here and see we have a D-League continue. We got the Raptors, Cavaliers, Bulls, Nets, Bucks, Magic, Wizards, Sixers, Bobcats, Timberwolves, Hawks, Jazz, and a bunch of daily games: the Spurs, Celtics, Blazers, Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers, and our only the game on ESPN, we have the Lakers, Suns. So let's check out the update schedule here. The matchup here, seeing we have a no flex yet so far to start the new year. No flex yet here so far. No flex games yet. No flex schedules yet so far. So immediately, I don't know where gonna go to flex. This one should interesting. And MLK Day, we have our first 3 games here. No flex yet. It's gonna be interesting here. Move on to 19. No, it's not the 19. Yeah, 19. Only games, so the Lakers and Mavericks. You see what's going on here. 20, no flex yet. 21, no flex because the Wizards might be a flex as well. Could be replaced Utah or Boston game. And next is the what's going on next game. Yeah, so that might be Spurs, Jazz. No flex with the Rockets, Mavericks. So Celtics, Blazers gonna play the Heat and Knicks as well. Celtics, Suns, and then start out with the ABC Sunday Showcase: Heat, Thunder, Celtics, Lakers. The finals rematch. February 2, no ESPN games yet. 3 they have about DNT. 4 also ESPN, and then back to Super Bowl weekend we go on Magic and Celtics. Alright. So start out a New Year's Eve weekends here. Check out the standings here. Check out the standings. Check out the standings here in the West. Check it here. We got the East starting New Year. We got the Celtics, Magic, Heat, Bulls, Hawks, Cavaliers, Wizards, Bucks and Bobcats in the hunt was Bobcats in the hunt and New York Knicks. Other side in the West, the Lakers, the Mavericks, the Rockets. Lakers looking for the first team to go 30 wins of the season. So they're looking for 30-6. The Rockets 3, Thunder 4, Spurs 5, Jazz 6, Suns 7, and Warriors 8. In the hunt was Denver Nuggets. And look at here, we have a first power ranking start in New York, and the top. So the Celtics back to number 1, Mavericks back to number 2, and Lakers down to 3. Orlando, Houston, and Miami just stay at the 4, 5, and 6. Chicago is up to 7, down to the 8 for OKC. Hawks 9, and Utah stays at 10. Cleveland, San Antonio, Washington, Phoenix, Golden State, New York, and the rest of these. Alright. Now we'll move on here. It's time to skip from Toronto, Cleveland up to Denver, LA Clippers. First up, the Raptors and the Raptors and the Caps, and the Caps won. Hughes 41, Jamison 25, Williams 19, Gibson 15, Sanchez 11, and the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Toronto, Barbosa 31, Bargani 30, Jack 60 and 16, as well as Cameron and Johnson's 9. Boost and the Nets, and Boost win by 18. 21 points for Outlaw, Lopez 18, Williams 17, Morrow 11, and Farmer 9, and Devin Harris 8. And for the Chicago Bulls, 35 points for Derrick Rose, Noah Dane 26 and 12, Boozer 21, and Noah Bluer 8. And the rest of the Chicago Bulls. Milwaukee and Orlando won. 43 and 13 for Vince Carter, Dwight Howard 19, Bass 16, and the rest of these guys. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, 725, 12 11 for Andrew Bogut, and Ilsoya 11. Wizards and the Sixers win. Turner 3 and 10, Iguodala 29 and 10, Iverson 16, Holiday 15, Holmes 13, and Brand 11 10, and the rest of the Philadelphia 76ers. Look at the third quarter. Only scored the Wizards 9 points. And for the Wizards, Blanche 19, Howard 18, Wall 13, Heinrich 12, and McGee 10, and the rest of the Washington Wizards. Bobcats in the Timberwolves, and Steven Jackson's still hurt and still able to play. He's hurt for 2 to 4 weeks due to straight MCL, but the T-Wolves won 141-108. Johnny Flynn 24, Bluer 23, Kevin Love 15, Beasley and Johnson 12 and 12, Ridnour 9, and the rest of the minutes on the Timberwolves. And for the Charlotte Bobcats, Thomas 28, Jackson 18, Augustine 17, and DL 11 and 9. Henderson and Brown 8, and the rest of the Bobcats. Warriors and the Hornets. Hornets win. 38 points for David West, 20 points for Thurton, 19 and 14 Chris Paul, Peja Stojakovic 16 and 8 points for Okafor. And for the Golden State Warriors, Monte Ellis not even get triple-double, and David Lee 23 points, Stephen Curry 16-12, Wright 14, and all of the rest for the Hornets. Hawks and the Jazz. Jazz won by 1 point, 102-101. Darren Williams 31 points, 19-12 for Manhattan Orkor, Millsap 11, Miles and Telenko 9, and Rajabel 8. And for the Atlanta Hawks, Jordan Johnson 33, Josh Smith 23, Jamar Crawford 12, and Alfred 11-12. Spurs and the Celtics, and Celtics won. Paul Pierce 21 and 9, Rayford 15, Ray Allen 13, Shaquille O'Neal 12, and Randall have double-double, and Davis 9 and West 8. And for the San Antonio, 30 points for Tony Parker, Tim Duncan 26-15, Hill 13, Bonner 10, and McDyess 10 and 12. Ginobili is not playing because of injury, separate shoulder. Blazers and the Rockets won. Kevin Martin 27 points, Brooks 26 and 9, Louis Scola double-double, and Yao Ming 15. And for the Portland Trail Blazers, Brendan Roy 21, Andre Miller 15 and 9, Aldridge 14, Batum 12, Bayless and Oden is 11. And last but not least, Nuggets and the Clippers. Who's gonna win here? And the Clippers hold up by 1 point over the Nuggets. 110-109. Baron Davis 31 and 12. Blake Griffin 28. K-Man 18. Gordon 15. And the rest of the LA Clippers. And for the Nuggets, Carmelo Anthony 42 points. Chauncey Billups 21-13. J.R. Smith 19. Harrington 10. and Kenya Martin 5. And now we'll wrap up here. It's time to check out some stats before I lost the memories again. Check out the standings before doing anything. Check out the playoff pictures, the playoff brackets. We got the Celtics, Magic, Heat. So you see the first round here. We got the Celtics were up against the Bucks, Magic up against the Wizards, Heat up against the Hawks, Bulls up against the Cavaliers, and for the West, Lakers were up against the Warriors. I believe that's not the Warriors. So looks like the Warriors are the 7th seed. So the Warriors currently number 7. So the Mavericks will face the Warriors. Lakers will up to face the Suns. Rockets will face the Spurs. And I believe what was going on. Spurs will up against the Thunder and the Rockets will face the Jazz. So looks like it's gonna be ready to start off the New Year's bang. Gonna save files quickly before I'm gonna leave the game, before I end of the video. But first, we're going to go to playoff mode. I will use the first playoff mode of the game. So let's check out the playoff mode. And I hear that we need to let's check out the presentation. And default, we're gonna get in as many sound effects as soon as possible. Yeah, run light be quickly, and jump shot feedback we need to turn off. Turn on the jump shot. Then need to get in for the SSH, no, playoff mode. Turn on and we're gonna go flex schedule, and we're soon 12 minutes. Alright, so we're gonna have to go. The bracket is starting. The playoff is as to begin as of today on January. The playoffs start today. Here's the stand. Here's the matchup. So I believe we'll switch his team. Warriors is in number 7 seed. Spurs are the 5. Houston is the 3. Utah has the 6. Phoenix in the 8, and OKC is the 4 seed. And then for the East, Boston I believe the number 1, but Washington is out the number 7. I think the Wizards are number 7. Hawks are number 6, I believe. No, Caps are number 6. But we're gonna check it again. The Magic was put that. So what's gonna go? The Boston are number 1. And the Bucks are number 8. So we're gonna put the Bucks are number 8. Caps are number 5. Bulls are number 4. Celtics, Bucks, and then Heat will face the Hawks, I believe. Alright, but we need to check if I'm incorrect. I'm going to search for and so we're going to update here at January 2011 playoffs. As of January, I'll check first. We need to go the standings up there in the West. We need to go to association back again. Go to, I believe, the standings, and it's checking incorrect as well. Alright, Heat and the Hawks. Alright, correct. Alright, it's all correct. But then check the West. Alright, nothing happened, change. We're checking to see the previous start of if the playoffs start today. If the playoffs start today, let's check out the matchups here. We got Steve Nash take 8 seed Phoenix Suns take on Kobe Bryant of the Los Angeles Lakers. Next we have Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs take on Kevin Durant of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Darren Williams of the Utah Jazz will facing Yao Ming of the Houston Rockets. And then Monte Ellis of the Golden State Warriors take on Dirk Nowitzki of the Dallas Mavericks. On the East, Andrew Bogut of the Milwaukee Bucks take on Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. Next, we got Antoine James of the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Derrick Rose of the Chicago Bulls. Josh Smith, the Atlanta Hawks take on LeBron James of the Miami Heat. And then Glover Arenas of the Washington Wizards take on Dwight Howard of the Orlando Magic. This is going to be conclusion to the playoffs. I need to get and wrap off the start of those playoff games in 2011. So that really wrap things up here today. And that's it. This is Andre Kenshin, and next game we're off the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona. The only games on ESPN Wednesday coming up. We got Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Steve Nash and Jason Richardson of the Phoenix Suns. This is part 3 between the two teams met in the Western Conference Finals from last season. So that'll be interesting. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin, as already known, the NFL playoffs earlier today. The Denver Broncos are reached the AFC Championship over the Buffalo Bills in overtime, 33-30, and the Seattle Seahawks crushing with 41 points over San Francisco 49ers and into the NFC Championship. Sam Dunn's gonna do it. And now, tomorrow we have the end of the divisional round. Could be the matchup. CJ Stroud of the Houston Texans take on Drake and May of the New England Patriots, followed by Matthew Stanford of the Los Angeles Rams take on Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears. The time and taking their business. And so long, everyone. So the final score: Dallas beats San Antonio 105 to 88. And this is Andre Kenshin. Have a wonderful day. And later we have our NBA 2K14 episode 11 random teams edition. So time and taker, and so long. Peace and goodbye. We'll see you later for the NBA 2K14 random teams. And tomorrow, U.S. Airways Center, Phoenix, Arizona, the Los Angeles Lakers take on the Phoenix Suns. And have a nice day and take care. Peace.